And then here's my my level 2 just fighting for his life against those peg knights, and it actually took them, you know, they're having a really hard time killing him. I'll just leave it at that. Yep. So what ends up happening here is his general and this peasant unit charged the horrors, and the peasants were on the flank, general in the front, and they obviously destroyed the unit. He tried to overrun with his general far enough to get away from the bloodletters, and then just turn the peasants to face him. So that's what this is. Here's kind of a cool picture of the bloodletter horde coming through the forest. I think that forest turned out to be either normal or like an abyssal wood or something that had minimal effect on the game. So that is a pretty cool picture, though. Yep, the Daemonettes break the peasants, and I didn't pursue them because I just reformed them to try to get them over here to hopefully save my wizard. And that's actually a pretty nice picture of the banner that I'm doing for the Daemonette unit. That's actually the rune of Slanesh that's kind of painted to look very suggestively. So, yeah, if you guys have an opinion on that, let me know. Let's see what else here. Okay, so here's just my level 2 fighting for his life against the Peg Knights. Yeah, so in his movement phase, he actually, you know, he turns his archers towards the face of the action here, and yeah, he does this crazy long wheel with his general's unit and turns them all the way around to face the bloodletters. So that's what happened there. And then up here on the hill, this is a bad picture, I'm sorry, but up here on the hill, the Demon Prince actually ends up charging the trebuchet and killing it. And so there he is, standing triumphantly on the hill. Both of his archers decide to pick on the bloodletters and they do a pretty good amount of damage, but nothing that's really going to have you know, a huge effect. And then yeah, so there's the combat with my battle standard bearer and the Peg Knights is just hilarious, because they're, you know, he's tying and even winning combat because he has the battle standard, and they're having a hard time killing him. So that's just hilarious. But here you can see that this is in my next turn when I charge the Daemonettes in. You can see that, you know, my wizard is dead, but it's also looked like he's missing a Peg Knight, which just cracks me up. Yeah, my battle standard managed to bring down a Peg Knight. So yeah, so take that, Bretonnians. But here, so the Daemonettes come, they charge in, and yeah, you can see here in the next picture that they just I think they kill 2 Peg Knights outright and break them and run the last guy down. And then over here, he charges both his knights and his peasants into the bloodletter horde. And actually, I think if he had held back with the peasants and maybe tried to maneuver them to the flank or something like that, he could have, you know, he could have done a lot of damage to this unit, because his general is very killy, and those knights, you know, with their 4-up armor and their 5-up ward from me being strength 5, they're you know, they're pretty resilient. You know, they did a lot of damage, and they weathered it pretty well. And then I guess here's a picture of his archers on the hill, so you don't forget about them. And then here's the remnants of that peasant unit, hoping to be useful. My Demon Prince ended up charging his archers in the wood. He was where he was on the hill was just outside their front arc, so they couldn't stand and shoot. So he got them in the flank, and they weren't. You can't be steadfast in wood, so he broke them, ran them down, and that's where he ends up. And then obviously you can see I really didn't do a whole lot to the knights. But yeah, just went to town on the peasants and ended up winning the combat that way, and ended up breaking both units. And then here, here's how things are looking in his next turn. He rallied his general's unit, and now he is, you know, the peasants. Obviously, he wasn't able to rally the peasants. But here we are with this kind of cool, it's pretty cool looking standoff between the Bloodletter Horde and the Bretonnian general and his knights. And then here's the left side of the board at the end of the game. It's, you know, the Daemonettes are at the bottom of the hill with that little unit of peasants in the background. and then the bowmen on the hill. Obviously, they haven't moved. And then yeah, here's where my demon prince ended up. I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, after he ran down that archer unit, he wasn't going to be able to do anything for the last turn of the game, so I just ended up moving him into this forest to keep him from just getting shot. Which, you know, I thought was kind of funny. You know, this big bad demon prince is hiding in the woods, so I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, so yeah, it ended up being a pretty good victory to me. But the game was a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though I played with the tactical skill of a cucumber. So yeah, anyway, if you guys have any tips or pointers or suggestions for me or any of my opponents, I play them all regularly, so I'll be sure to pass them along. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later.